I've had this bone to pick with Oda for the longest fucking time, alright? But I'm so fucking tired of Usopp. Because from the very beginning, you understand me, this is the thing about Usopp, is that his dream this entire fucking time has been to become a great and brave warrior of the sea. His goal was the current arc, to be on the island of Elbaf, Warland, to meet the giants, the greatest warriors, the bravest people of all time. And his whole arc was, I would say, tacitly advertised to be he needs to become something more than himself, because he is a coward. From his roots in Syrup Village, he's been a liar and a coward. Somebody who's always fought with subterfuge, from range. He's been frail and weak and meek, antithetical to the idea of being a brave warrior of the sea. Now, there's many ways to be a warrior, but very specifically, the people he looks up to are monstrous brawlers, insane, monumental, I mean, they're fucking giants, right? So, we can't hold them up to that standard, but you get where I'm coming from. The image he holds is the ideal. The people he even calls his masters. I think it was Bragi, and I don't remember the other one's name. Dory and Bragi. Thank you. We had the time skip in One Piece, and Usopp went through hell in a very strange way. He got exiled to the island of giant insects and giant plants and such, and got trained by some weird bug dude, and he became a gardener. So rather than being the creative, kind of jack of all trades, tradesman specialized as a sniper, because he was doing all kinds of things. He was making do with what he had. He was doing shit with Tabasco sauce. He was doing shit with trickery, like an inflatable 10-ton hammer, to just really fuck with people. He was waiting for his moments to strike, on top of being a really competent marksman. So it was really weird to see him go from being this, like, he built Nami's Climatact. For those of y'all that don't know, the Climatact is a staff that Nami uses to control the fucking weather. But Usopp made the Climatact, which is some new age, never before seen technology bullshit. It's actually a wonder that Dr. Vegapunk didn't hone in on Nami's Climatact during the Egghead arc. Usopp is a fucking genius. So I don't know why Oda tossed him in the direction of becoming a gardener. I was hashing this out with a close friend of mine. My friend thinks that Usopp should have parted ways from the crew during Water 7, and the payoff would have been that he would have shown back up during Elbaf. Having been transformed and molded, he would have charted his own path separate from the crew, and that could have been a really cool fucking payoff if Usopp had actually returned when the crew needed him right now. That's what my friend thinks, is that he should have parted from the crew during during Water 7. I think it would have been really cool if we didn't get all of the plant bullshit, and instead of being sent to the plant island, Usopp was actually sent alongside Frankie to Vegapunk's home island. And instead of Usopp coming back becoming a plant merchant, because let me be real with you, Pop Greens, we got that one really cool scene out of Dressrosa, but it's such a stupid fucking power, both in terms of how Oda's using it, because it's just a grab bag of tricks, but it's not as creative. It's not as impressive as the shit he was pulling before, because when Usopp was doing the gunpowder and Tabasco sauce shit, the pepper, all that stuff, it was more tricky based. We at least had that avenue to relate to. Well, okay, he's working with all of the things available to a layman and maximizing them to the most potent effect. He was also using the things we found in Skypia, the impact dials and all of the smoke dials, like all of the dials and shit. That was awesome, because he was gradually getting stronger as a result of the adventures he's going on with the crew, with all of the things we've seen so far. Gradually picking up more and more pieces. With the Pop Greens, it's whatever Oda wants it to be. And that's so fucking stupid, because Usopp now has the potential to just come up with an answer to any situation. Because, oh, I grow a plant for that. Okay, Usopp, good for you. It's no longer as fun, you're no longer as fun, you're no longer as dynamic. Well, I guess you're more dynamic, but it's not as cool to see. It's just fucking weird plants that you now grow for some reason. It doesn't have that connection to his original inventiveness, is what I'm really getting at. He was never this nature person. He was never this shaman figure. So I think he should have been sent to Vegapunk's home island with Frankie. They both should have gone at the same time. And this serves two purposes. It gives Frankie another foil inside of the crew, because they have that beef back from Water 7 where they fought each other. There could have been some resentment there that could have been gone through off screen on the island. They could have come back the biggest bros justifiably, which then further justifies all of the screen time they have together, because Usopp's always riding around in his fucking mechs now, and he has an idea of how to pilot them, but that's also kind of weird because, well, when is he really practicing with all of that stuff? It would be more justifiable if they'd spent time on Vegapunk's island. And simultaneously, what if Usopp came back from the island not as this weird gardener person, but as a proper sniper with a fucking rifle? What? And not just any rifle, but a light beam rifle. And then he starts pulling off all kinds of crazy trick shots, because imagine what a beam rifle can do. Y'all ever watch Star Wars, The Bad Batch? Star Wars, they have beam rifles. And The Bad Batch is a series in the Clone Wars continuity, I guess, where these are defective clones, the Bad Batch. They're a group of 4 clones. One of them is named Crosshair. He's a sniper, but that's all he's good for. He is incredible with a rifle. He is an incredible marksman. Improbably accurate marksman. And with the beam rifles, he can do shit like set up little reflective surfaces to ricochet shots, to pull off cracked things that you would never expect. Bad Batch was a really good Star Wars series. I would highly recommend it. It's an animated one too. It's one of those 3D CG ones. Imagine if Usopp came back not as a gardener, but as a sniper that deals with ricochets. He becomes a ricochet merchant on top of his incredible precision with just normal shots. He still could have pulled off that cracked shit he did in Dressrosa, but also he can do other shit with inventiveness. He could do other shit with machines. He could do other shit with little gadgets, like he was already doing pre-time skip. It is a natural progression of his toolkit, not like the fucking pop greens. Fuck the pop greens. Okay, so I got to Thriller Bark before falling off the show around Water 7. I asked my friend if Usopp ever gets better than a wimpy joke character, because the character type just kind of sucks to me. That's the thing, dude. That's the other thing I want to talk about, is that for a little bit after the time skip, he was better. He came back from the Gardner Island competent, self-assured, buff, jacked as fuck, and I was ready. I was on the hype Usopp train, but as things start to mount again, as the threats get bigger and bigger, that charisma, that machismo he showed at the beginning during the reuniting at the Sabaody Archipelago, it just started to wear away with time, and it sucked. He's slightly better now, but he's still that coward character. I wish y'all ever see Wistoria, Wand, and Sword. I'm making another cross-reference here. Wistoria's main character, Will Surfort, God, Usopp was great, but Wistoria, Will Surfort, is the main character. He encapsulates the archetype of a coward who acts in spite of his own cowardice. He wants to run away from everything in the same way that Usopp does, but he's not like Usopp. He doesn't just run away. He sticks to his guns. He stands on his own 2 feet in the face of adversity at damn near every moment, because he knows that that's what he has to do. I wish that post-time skip Usopp embodied that kind of character more. And then we could have an incredible payoff here in Elbaf. As it stands now, he's still the coward. So it feels like the payoff that we're hopefully still going to get in Elbaf isn't going to be as rewarding, because he hasn't shown us the brave warrior up until this point in the way that I think he should, for it to justifiably have a big payoff during the current arc. Let's see. Usopp was fucking cold. Him blowing up Bartholomew's ship. I think it was Bartholomew's. That man is fucking cold. I don't know how Usopp comes from that, man. Best Usopp moment was Thriller Bark. I'm actually struggling to... Oh, with... What's her name? Perona. That was incredible. But he's no-dipping Perona because her fruit doesn't work on him. That was some great writing from Oda. As things stand, if Perona used her fruit on Usopp, I think it would be the same exact thing all over again, because I really don't think Usopp has grown. I think he's stayed static in terms of his character writing. Yeah, they kept his personality while improving his toolkit, And I really don't like that. I think he should have had some major character growth. I really like my fucking Frankie duo idea. Gives him interplay, it turns him into it leans into the techie aspect of his character, the inventor. Oh, and this is good. Thank you for that, Plat. You bring up Blackbeard and his crew. What the fuck was his name? Can somebody tell me what Blackbeard's sniper's name is? Van Augur. Yeah. What do you mean with that? That name's fucking cool, brother. I love that name. But, okay, so you bring up Blackbeard's crew. I don't see how Usopp beats up Van Augur in a 1v1. Van Augur is fucking cracked. He has the better weapon, and he has a teleporting fruit. He just no-diffs Usopp. I don't think there is a world where Usopp doesn't just get floored instantaneously in a 1v1. Things would have to be heavily stacked in Usopp's favor. Like, maybe he beats him. No doubt he beats him on sniping skill, but I think things are just stacked too much in terms of abilities. Teleporting plus sniper. And that's the thing, Trid. It has to be heavily stacked in Usopp's favor. I doubt that Van Augur is a good melee combatant. I bet in a melee, Usopp probably wins. Usopp's got muscles. Van Augur, we've only seen him be useful for his ranged combat. But the thing about Van Augur is that he never has to be in close range. And he never has to eat a shot from Usopp directly. He can just teleport. Just teleport, forehead. Usopp probably needs observation hockey. And that's been teased. We got it in Dressrosa, but we haven't seen that show up since then. But also, I don't respect pop greens. I put no stock in pop greens. I do not own pop green stocks. If Usopp beats Van Augur with pop greens, my sheer dislike of pop greens is gonna make me think it's just unearned. Where if we go with my fucking inventor trap sniper idea, suddenly we have a little bit more of an equalizing factor. I don't know. That's the thing about speaking about... It's a whole hypothetical. I just think it'd be a lot more dynamic. It'd be a lot more cool. And the payoff would be cooler because it pays homage to Usopp's roots. Yeah, Jinbei would have to be the teacher. There hasn't been that much time. Realistically, though, only because Usopp has shown the potential, I think he's the only valid, candidate to pick up a kind of hockey. Strangely enough. This was a good yap session. I'm glad I got that out of the way. Oh, fuck. Warden53, thank you so much for the YouTube subscription. Welcome to the Mouse Parade. March along with me, my brother. We're gonna do some Mother 3.